I was in the store with my husband and our 8-month-old daughter when I said, I'm gonna get a pregnancy test. I was not trying to get pregnant. I did not miss my period. I had no nausea, nothing. I took the test and surprise, surprise, little brother was born 9 months later. Now you've probably heard about the early signs of pregnancy like nausea, fatigue, but there are some more subtle symptoms that you may or may not experience before getting that positive test. And that's what we're going to go over today. By the end of this video, you'll be familiar with the more subtle, kind of weird, but still reliable signs of an early pregnancy. But first, my name is Maria. I'm a Lamaze certified childbirth educator and owner of the app Natural Birth by Echo, a free resource that helps natural mamas like you achieve positive, unmedicated birth experiences. Okay. The first subtle sign of pregnancy is smell. When Sam and I strolled through that grocery store, we passed the coffee aisle and I never noticed a particularly strong scent coming from that section of the store. But this time I could smell the French vanilla from half a mile away. It was so strong and all I wanted to do was breathe it in. This heightened sense of smell we experience is caused by a jump in the hormone estrogen. In early pregnancy, estrogen rises to support the growth of the placenta and uterus. Estrogen also directly affects the olfactory receptors in the nose, so all of a sudden, I was able to pick out the coffee section of the grocery store from several aisles away. So if all of a sudden you're catching scents like a bloodhound, maybe it's your estrogen levels rising to support a baby. Speaking of estrogen, this hormone also works with progesterone to stimulate the growth of milk ducts and prepare you for breastfeeding. What this looks like in early pregnancy is boobs that feel heavy, swollen, full, and it is a very strong sign that you've got a baby on the way. Personally, I was always a little bit flat-chested before having kids, but the minute I got pregnant, I went up 2 cup sizes overnight. So you might have very tender breasts. There might be veins running around your chest that you haven't noticed before, darkened areolas. These are all really good indicators that your body is already working behind the scenes to nourish an infant 9 months from now. Okay, the next subtle sign of an early pregnancy is a change in animal behaviors, weirdly enough. Sam and I have a German Shepherd, Akira, and she is a very well-trained, friendly, but when I got pregnant, out of nowhere, she became overly protective. She was aggressive with the neighbors. She harassed the mailman. Many women find that their dogs grow more protective and their cats grow more cuddly during pregnancy. This is because animals are highly attuned to their owner's physical and mental states, and oftentimes they pick up on your pregnancy before you do. So if all of a sudden your pet is more clingy, anxious, protective, maybe they're telling you something. All right, the next subtle clue is one of my least favorite things about pregnancy, and that is the need to pee. I swear, I cannot go 10 minutes without a bathroom break. I hate it, but if you suddenly find yourself running to the bathroom more often than usual, it could be due to the hormones HCG and progesterone that rise in early pregnancy and enhance blood flow to the pelvic area. This causes your kidneys to work harder and increases your need to pee. And I wish I could tell you that it gets better as pregnancy goes on. Nope, because as your baby grows, their little head presses against your bladder. It's worth it. It's totally worth it, I promise. Okay, the next subtle sign of an early pregnancy is sudden baby fever. And take this one with a grain of salt because you might be watching this video because you want to be pregnant already. So you already have baby fever. But I still want to tell you the story. My sister was a newlywed. She did not want to get pregnant for at least a year after her wedding. She was not trying. She had no symptoms of pregnancy, nothing. She was coming out of the gym when a little boy ran up on his fat, chubby little toddler legs and gave her the biggest grin. And in that moment, she felt a sudden, inexplicable urge to just mother something. She went home to her husband and said, Tyler, I know we didn't plan on it, but I wouldn't mind having a baby right now. A few days later, she takes the test and bam, positive. What she experienced was a rise in the hormone prolactin. This is the mothering hormone responsible for maternal feelings of love, affection, aka baby fever. My sister was just barely pregnant, but when the hormone prolactin spiked, she started feeling those maternal instincts kick in as her body prepared itself to nurture the baby she didn't even know existed. So if you suddenly really want a baby, hey, your wish just might come true in about 9 months. Speaking of hormones, all those hormonal changes can cause a touch of dizziness, which is your next sign of an early pregnancy. I remember being newly pregnant with Josephine. I'm walking down the hallway and all of a sudden I had to grab the wall for support. It was so weird. Out of nowhere, I got super dizzy and I lost my balance. This early pregnancy sign happens when all the hormonal changes cause your blood pressure to drop, so less blood reaches your brain and you might find yourself honestly feeling kind of tipsy without even having a drop. And while dizziness is a pretty good sign, you'll be getting a positive test soon. Fortunately, it is a short-lasting symptom. You probably won't be experiencing this for months and months. All right, the final early pregnancy symptom you might experience is a gut feeling. Sometimes you just know. Mother's intuition is a thing. My very first pregnancy, I unfortunately miscarried. But early on, I was on a walk with the dog when suddenly I was like, I'm gonna go home and take a pregnancy test. I had no symptoms. Again, I wasn't late, no nausea, nothing. I just had a feeling. And that feeling turned out to be correct. I was pregnant. So even if you haven't gotten that positive test yet, as mothers, sometimes we just know. Okay, that wraps up our list of the more subtle yet surprisingly reliable symptoms of an early pregnancy. If you're wondering about the next steps to take in your pregnancy, don't forget to download the app Natural Birth by Echo. This is your go-to resource for a more gentle, natural approach to pregnancy, birth, and postpartum. And if you liked this video, you are gonna love my other stuff. So hit subscribe to get the information you need for an awesome natural birth experience, and I will see you next time.